singing for Jinn. Warning: what you are about to hear is a true story. Viewer discretion is advised. The year was 1997. Nora was a famous Kuwaiti singer, a heavy-set woman who wore the traditional Islamic headscarf. Her name, Nora, in Arabic meant illuminating light. People often said her face glowed like the heavens. But one night, that light would be tested in a way she never imagined. Her phone rang. "Hello," she answered. On the other end, a chilling woman's voice replied. Though they spoke in Arabic, Nora noticed something strange. The woman's voice echoed in and out, almost otherworldly. Nora remembered this same caller from before, always asking her to sing at private weddings. Each time, she had declined. But this time, the woman insisted. She said money was no issue, offering Nora $500,000 if she and her band performed. The number was too tempting, and against her instincts, Nora agreed. At 9:30 p.m., they arrived. The house looked small and ordinary from the outside. Yet when the gates creaked open and the woman from the phone greeted them, everything changed. Inside, the small house transformed into a vast, dazzling mansion. Crystal chandeliers glittered, and the foyer shimmered unnaturally bright. The woman herself wore a black gown and headscarf, her face unnervingly pale, as if sinking inward. When she took Nora's hand, it was icy and bony, but with a strength that made Nora's skin crawl. Forcing herself to hide her fear, Nora followed her to the stage. When the performance began, Nora noticed the guests. Every single one wore black robes and scarves, faces pale, sunken. Even the bride and groom sat silently on throne-like chairs, their faces lifeless. As hours passed, the lights flickered violently. At midnight, at 1, at 2. Still, the pale figures demanded more. At 3 in the morning, the air grew heavy and thick with smoke. Nora's voice cracked, but she was compelled to keep singing. And then she saw, through the flashing lights, a figure appeared, half woman, half horse. Its long black hair whipped back and forth, its face twisting into demonic shapes with every flicker. The other guests began to screech and strike themselves, their hollow screams blending with her song. "Keep going, keep going." Voices hissed from every corner. "You must sing 6 hours." Terror gripped Nora, her heart pounded. She realized these were not people at all. They were Jinn. Her body trembled. She felt her strength leaving her. But in that moment, she whispered a prayer. Bismillah. She repeated it, clinging to the words. Suddenly, the call to Fajr, the dawn prayer, broke through the night. At that moment, everything stopped. The lights died, the smoke vanished, and in the doorway appeared a radiant glow, a pure light leading the way out. Nora and her band fled, gasping for air. Outside, a man walking his Doberman stopped them. "What are you doing in that house?" he asked. "We were performing for a wedding," Nora said, still trembling. The man's face hardened. "That house has been abandoned for 10 years. She turned back. Where the grand mansion had stood was now only a decayed, crumbling ruin. The man looked her in the eye. "You sang for Jinn," he said quietly. "Be grateful you made it out alive." Then he walked into the mist, vanishing with his dog. The lesson: Nora was not perfect. She ignored her instincts, drawn by wealth and temptation. But when death closed in, her faith saved her. Had she not called upon God, she and her crew would have never escaped that night of horrors. The message is clear. In life, money and desire can blind us, but only faith in God can protect and deliver us. No matter what you face, put God first, and His light will guide you out of even the darkest places.